Growing Up, Not Growing Old podcast.
We might never change the world, at least we've had our say.
Real talk about movies, music, politics, race, and religion.
Growing up, not growing old, the feeling is still the same.
Live from New York. It's the Growing Up, Not Growing Old podcast.
Maybe that will fix everything. Maybe they don't want to see my face today.
Your handsome face, you mean?
Yeah, they don't want to see. Riverside's like, get that fucking face out of here.
That fucking mug.
Ay. What a fucking... Now it's working. It's my face. It's my face. What the hell?
We'll give it a second and see what happens.
I'm offended, Riverside. All right. I got you. Me and Riverside got beef.
Yo, for
on
real.
Set. It sounds like a gang. Yo, Riverside.
Riverside represent.
Of course it's going to work.
Actually, you know what? You ever see that movie Juice?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
There was a scene where Tupac's character Bishop kills his bully Radames, and he goes like this. He goes, "Riverside, motherfucker." Yo, for real.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know if you remember that part.
I remember. I haven't seen the movie in a minute, but that whole movie's crazy. Especially like he basically kills all his friends, and then he fucking gets thrown off a roof.
And the fucked up thing about that movie is when me and my friends were hanging out, we would all take a character, and I was Bishop.
Damn,
I was doing
They give you the crazy motherfucker every time.
I took the crazy guy.
Well,
Wait,
I mean, he
can
was.
you still see me or no?
He was like, I don't give a fuck about rock. I don't give a fuck about Trey.
I don't give a fuck about Raheem. I don't give a fuck about myself. Can you see me or just hear me?
I can see you, bro. So really, it's my fucking phone. I guarantee something happened to my front camera, and now it's acting the fuck up, bro. Some bullshit. Some dumb shit.
Wait, hold on. Ready?
I think we lost him. Riverside, motherfucker.
I can't. That's how my brain works, though. Like my brain works in music and movies and TV shows. Where you say something about Riverside, immediately I think of the movie Juice. It's so dumb.
Hey, dude. At least you have something to reference to. I mean, that's probably why I said the whole gang thing. I probably was thinking about that too. It was like, it sounds like some fucking gang shit.
Yeah, that movie was great because it was a hood movie, but at the same time, it was like a fantasy movie. Like that shit would never happen. Like Boys in the Hood was like real, you know?
Oh yeah, fucking. You know what's funny? I've actually been listening to a lot of West Coast like kind of like G-funk from like the '90s and shit recently.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we're talking about this, man. Fuck, I've been listening to like a lot of like Norteño fucking rap motherfuckers from the north end of California.
What was that word you said?
Norteño.
Tell me about that. I don't know what that is.
Norteño, that's, so you know how they have the Sereno gang? So that's the north side end of it. That's their enemy, the Norteños. That's the north end gang. They wear red and the Serenos wear blue.
I have no idea. This is all new to me. Really?
Yeah. So like, kind of like the gangs from what I know in California, they do kind of go by this weird color thing. So you got like the Crips and Bloods. That's red and blue. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with the Mexican gangs, kind of. Not completely, because there's some sets that wear whatever color they want. But specifically with the Sereno 13 and the Norteño 14, they wear two different colors. And one's for north and the other one's for south.
They're enemies?
They're enemies.
That's interesting.
But then again, there are some sets that are opposites that fuck with each other and then hate, like, one of the other sets that are the same. It's weird. The politics of shit is weird out there. You know what I'm saying?
That whole gang shit. I was so disappointed when I found out there was like Bloods in New York. I was like, that's some California bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like just dumb.
It really is. But it genuinely is though, because there was nothing like that prior in New York up until maybe the early 90s, something like that.
Well, back in the day, there was like little, like the movie Warriors is based on these little gangs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like the Savage Skulls and the Savage Nomads and all that shit.
But when it comes to like national shit, no, you're right. It didn't come around till then.
Fucking, I love all that shit. All that like early New York gang culture. That kind of was a subculture in and of itself. You know what I mean? Like,
did you see Rubble
yes,
Kings?
I have the documentary with the Ghetto Brothers and all that shit.
Yeah, that's a great documentary, and also it actually like it's interesting how like the rise of hip hop kind of did away with those little gangs and stuff because they all went into being MCs and DJs and shit.
Yo, it like kind of saved them in a sense. Hip hop is like a saving grace. But it's funny. You know what's crazy about that Ghetto Brothers gang? Like the guy that started it, Yellow Benji or whatever, or Benji.
Yeah,
he was a Jewish Puerto Rican. I thought that was so cool. So he would like practice Judaism and be in a gang. It was like a secret.
It was a secret.
Yeah,
right?
he was like, I didn't really tell. He didn't tell too many people that he was Jewish and he's Puerto Rican. Like he was, because a lot of people don't know this, but there was a lot of Jews in Spain at one point, and they were also kind of like forced to not practice Judaism in Spain.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like they're called.
Yeah. So I guess they came over here to escape the, persecution or whatever.
Exactly. And they were practicing in silent while acting as Catholics. They were practicing Judaism in private, as a secret.
Yeah, and I fucking hate hearing stories like that where people have to hide who they are, what they do, because the society at that moment would like hurt them or persecute them or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking dumb.
I actually always wondered if my last name had Sephardic roots. I've always been curious about that because like my last name is like straight up from Spain and Portugal. That's where it's from.
Right.
There's no other place. Like I looked it up, like, and I'm just I'm straight the fuck up Puerto Rican Spanish. That's what the fuck I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing the DNA shit?
Yeah, but I feel like, honestly, bro, like, I don't even know if that shit's accurate. I feel like it's a fucking scam. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I don't trust it either. And, I don't want to get too deep, but, like, sending my DNA in the mail feels kind of creepy to me.
Like, my aunt did it, and she's like, you have Irish, right? Now we're everything, ever since she fucking found out about that stupid fucking 23andMe fucking thing. I'm like, yo, we're fucking Puerto Rican. That's the fuck we are. The fuck we talking
What does the 23 mean?
I don't know. Fucking 23 dicks in your ass or something. I don't fucking know.
Wait a minute. So your last name is fucking... I hope not. Jeez, I'm never signing up for that fucking thing.
23 dicks in your ass. Man, I'm just joking.
So, but your last name is strictly Spain and Portugal. Where does the Puerto Rican come from? They came over and settled.
Yeah. So
Puerto
basically,
Rico?
when those conquistadors came to Puerto Rico and raped everybody, there was a guy named Pacheco who like took a wife. That was the beginning of that. You know what I mean?
So that's where that started, and eventually the Spanish and Portugal got fucking raped out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, basically, they killed all the men. And they took all the women and all the slaves that they may have had because they already came with some slaves from like Africa and shit. That's why like the Puerto Ricans have the mixture of the black, the African, the Spanish, and the indigenous Caribbean islanders. We have all three,
Well, a lot of people from like Spanish speaking countries, their ancestors were from Africa. They just got dropped off a little early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're black from Africa, but they got dropped off in like, fucking Dominican Republic and they speak Spanish.
Yep, exactly. I mean, look, dude, you got people as light as my cousin you actually look more Puerto Rican than my cousin. I have a cousin that's white as hell. But
I've seen them.
Like I'm talking about blue eyes, blonde, and he's Puerto Rican, straight up, But, we come in all colors. Then I got cousins that are straight black. You know what I mean? They straight up.
I used to work with a guy. I worked with a guy who looked like the actor Ed Norton. I know you know Ed Norton, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Guy was Puerto Rican. Looked just like Ed Norton. Fucking crazy.
Did he have like a mad New York Rican accent and shit?
Yeah, for real. Yep. Because actually he had like a bit of a... He had a bit of a... His accent reminded me of like Southern California Mexican.
Really?
Because Because one time, you know that joke that people play in each other where they say, like, let's say I'm singing a song like, scratch the surface, serve a purpose. And someone says, who sings that song? And I say, sick of it all. And they say, let's keep it that way. You know that joke?
Yeah, of course.
Well, he did that to me one time, right? And I sang the song. He said, who sings it? And then I was like, sick of it all. He goes, well, let them sing it then. I was like, yo, you sound like a fucking Southern LA fucking Mexican, bro.
Like a Sereno, like we were just talking about, like one of those guys.
Yeah, yo, let them sing it then, dog.
It
Yo,
was
what the
crazy.
fuck?
I was listening to this song earlier called it's Norteño. It was literally called Norteño by this fucking guy, Sir Dino. And like he's like it's I gotta send you the link, bro. I want to try to imitate it, but I don't think I could do it justice. You know,
Yeah, give it a shot, man. What, I mean, I don't have a reference, so I don't know what he sounds
it
like.
was like Norteño 27. You better get out of my neighborhood or I grab my cuete. Some shit like that. With the cuete, like the cuete part, like was the hook. I was like, yo, every time he says cuete, I'm like, damn, that's just hard. I want to.
You guys send me that link. Yeah, definitely send me that link. Where is when you say Spain and Portugal, that's your father and mother's background?
No, I'm Puerto Rican, so that I'm talking like our names are based in that origin, regardless. Like the name.
Okay, so both your parents are Puerto Rican.
Yeah, like they get like the art enslavers gave us those names. You know what I mean? So now we have those names forever. You know what I mean?
So how well do you know that culture?
What the Puerto Rican culture? Or?
Yes.
I mean, I know it pretty well growing up as an American Puerto Rican. Well, I know it from that perspective, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that, especially New Jersey, New York, Puerto Ricans are very proud to be Puerto Rican. I mean, look at the parade, you know? So,
Yeah.
I know it from a standpoint of our food, you know, because I grew up eating that food and our music was salsa. You know, Hector Lavoe and El Gran Combo and Ruben Blades and all that, you know, Jerry Rivera, all that's all the stuff. My dad was a salsa guy himself, you know. My dad knew Mark Anthony before he got famous. He knew that dude.
Yeah.
Before?
Yeah, because
I'm sorry.
Your father was a musician.
Yes, yeah. And his bass player, the guy that used to play bass for my dad's band, went on to play bass for Mark Anthony and still plays for Mark Anthony. And he came from our town.
Interesting. Fucking small world, man.
Mark Anthony used to buy blow from my aunt.
Oh shit!
Yeah. My aunt was, you know, she used to deal. They call it ping ping, you know. So she used to deal like, you know, ping ping, and fucking Mark Anthony would be coming out to Amboy to buy that shit. Or she would.
Yo, can I get her number, bro? I've been looking for some.
Yeah, nah, man. I wouldn't know, man. I'm a fucking straight pothead, dude. I never really liked that stuff, to be honest. But, you know,
the reason why I'm asking is because, like, you know, I'm half Italian and half Mexican, which are two very rich cultures, and I know nothing about either one of them. So it's like I always find it interesting to like know if someone knows about their culture. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes me happy that you know what you know. Because that sucks not knowing anything about anything.
I mean, shit, dude. I mean, like, it's not. I mean, the American Italian culture is a culture in and of itself. Being a New York Italian's a freaking culture in and of itself. Like, there's whole stereotypes about it. Like, I mean, it's really.
Yeah, I know. There's a million fucking movies and shows.
It really is like its own culture. So don't rule it out. Like, you could basically say you're dead ass in New York. You're a New York Italian. That's who the hell you are. And you just happen to have some Mexican in there too, you know?
Yeah, I would love to find out about like my Mexican family and like all that shit, like where people come from or like what part of Italy or even could be Sicily, as far as I know.
Yo,
maybe I'm Sicilian.
Both backgrounds are badass.
Like,
you got two really badass backgrounds there. Aztecs were murder. They used to kill all types of people and throw them down steps for their gods. Those motherfuckers are badasses, bro. Those are crazy motherfuckers, bro. Fuck.
Is Apocalypto accurate?
I'd say so. I mean, I wasn't there, you know what I mean? But I would, you know what I mean? I would think, like, the way they were doing it, I would not fuck with the Aztecs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck no. Nah, you don't fuck with them. They're like, that's...
and taking out the heart and pulling the heart. I'm like, damn, these brutal. And the other tribes are like just chilling. The tribes are chilling in the jungle, and then these desert, the motherfuckers from the desert were like, because that's what the Aztecs are like, desert tribe. They're like, yo, we're out here in the middle of the hot ass. You know what I'm saying? So fuck your
The Aztecs
fucking
are still
jungle,
around
man.
to this day.
I feel like that's
They're
the type
just
of time
cartels
they're on.
now. The Aztecs are just the cartels now.
Bro, and look how brutal they are. Those guys are brutal. Those guys will
Yeah.
fuck your shit up, dude. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with no, yo, let me tell you something. Mexicans, I don't fuck with them. I mean, in a good way. Like, I mean, they're good people, bro, but they will fuck you up. They'll fuck you up.
You know how, like, have you seen The Sopranos?
Of course.
Do you remember that scene? It's kind of an obscure one, but there is this one scene where they're kind of beating up the Jewish guy, and the Jewish guy is like, we killed, Rome used to rule the world, and where are they now? Where are the Romans now? And Tony's like, you're looking at them?
And it's true.
I feel like it's the same way with like the Aztecs and the cartels.
Yeah. That's what they became. It's the same. The blood's there. That's in them. It's in the people. Like the Tainos, for instance, like the indigenous tribe that is part of the Puerto Ricans. It spans throughout most of the Caribbean islands. It was all Tainos. That's how many Tainos were killed. Like the Spanish went through all those islands and decimated almost all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
But those Spanish weren't playing. They were like, yo, we need gold. And they thought they went to the right place. They thought they went to India. They didn't go to India. They went to the islands. So that's what happened. They were like, yo, we know you have gold. Like, the fuck? And they were like, what gold? Yo, and the Spanish were like, we're going to kill and fucking rape, and we're going to fuck up everything until we find the gold, okay? Y'all niggas lying.
Run your shit.
Run the pockets.
You've been to
That's early gangbanging. Was all that early shit. Early settling was early gangbanging.
Colonialism and settling and like the thing with the whole, like, conquering lands that people already live in and discovering lands that people already live in. Yeah. I think it's like, yo, that's what people did back then. They conquered. You either conquer or get conquered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Christopher Columbus wasn't a bad dude. He was just doing what he was doing.
Yeah. He
was doing what people did back then, and you either beat him or you didn't, and they didn't.
Yeah. Those guys,
I mean, I don't really know nothing about it, but
they didn't play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, if you're fucking going to sell me the island of Manhattan for 35 clams and a bottle cap, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, don't do it. It's a bad deal. Let me give you something else. No, I'm going to fucking try to scam you. I'm going to sell you blankets with fucking smallpox in it or whatever. Yeah. Because I want this land and you have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, yo, we're going to just... I'm not condoning it, but I get the mentality. You know what I mean?
It's not even that. That's just how it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna sail across the seas and be like, oh, someone's here already? Let's go home. Nah, fuck that.
Okay, let's turn back. We've been on the ocean for months. Forget that shit. That's exactly how they were feeling. Like, they're like, yo, you know how long we've been in that boat? Like,
I'm about to murder motherfuckers.
Yo, like, I've been looking at that dude's ass for the past few months. It stinks.
I've been smelling his balls for 7 months. I need to rape a bitch.
Yeah, I'm tired of this. Yo, and they said those motherfuckers were fucking manatees and shit. They were like catching manatees off the side of the, like, in the ocean and like having sex with the manatees, bro.
You don't like that manatee pussy? What's the matter with you, bro?
Hell no. They ain't my type of time. They thought they were mermaids. That's what they said. That was like the pirates with the mermaids. They were just screwing dolphins and weird shit. Fucking fish.
Yeah, I believe everything. I believe all of it. Like nothing.
Otter's the mermaid.
I've become like I don't doubt anything anymore. Everything's like up for like, okay, we didn't land on the moon. Okay, tell me why. Like I don't I'm not a hard line against anything now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I wouldn't say I hate. I don't want to say hate, but I really dislike people that are like, no, this is what it is. I'm like, bro, why don't you be a little open minded? Because you
Yeah.
weren't there. I wasn't there. You don't know what the fuck really happened. Let's give it a shot. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
open
tell me
minded.
what you know, I'll tell you what I know.
Exactly, and maybe together we put the two stories together, then we can find out the truth or something close. But people don't think that
Yeah.
way. They're so fucking close minded.
Yeah, well, people are getting assassinated for having like opinions, which is fucking insanity.
Yeah, I had a
Um,
whole long ass conversation with my friend Scott on the phone before about that. The whole Charlie Kirk thing. I did one post about it and I took it down. I don't even want to talk
mhm.
about Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? I don't. Listen, man. If he had opinions, he got shot, bro. What am I supposed to do? That's all I'm gonna say. I don't condone it. I feel bad for his family, but yeah, I don't know, man. There's some stuff he said that I didn't agree with, and I'm allowed to say that. I'm not saying he was a bad person. I don't think he should have got shot, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, 100% correct.
I don't know.
Can I ask you what the post was?
It was basically just saying that, but then I had people already jumping on thinking I'm sympathizing for the guy. I'm like, yo, I don't even, and then I realized I didn't know too much about him. So I started watching more of his debates and the stuff he was going around the country debating with all these kids. And,
Yeah.
I see what he was saying. I see what the other side's saying. I just stay the fuck out of that shit, There's too much. It makes my head hurt after a while hearing these motherfuckers talk. Him and the other
Yeah.
people. It's Charlie.
Whoa.
Do you believe? And then you got the other motherfucker on the other side. But you're a racist. And then you got him. I'm not a racist. I'm just telling you this. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
After a while, I started not giving a fuck that he got shot. I'm like, what? Like, whatever, bro. Am I gonna bring him back from caring that this nigga got shot? I don't know. I'm not, and I don't condone it
Yeah.
either. But what am I supposed?
What did your friend say about it?
He don't like him. He don't like him. Definitely don't like him. My friend Scott.
Well, that
He definitely.
yeah, but what does liking someone have to do with wanting him to be murdered?
Yeah, I can't speak for my boy Scotty, bro. He just I don't think he should have been murdered. I don't know what. Like I said, like up until that day that he got shot and that whole video came out, I really thought he wasn't even a real person. I thought he was an AI image because of his face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was a real person. I really didn't think the Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk guy was a real person. And I'm not talking shit about the guy, bro. I really am not. I really am not, bro. I have nothing against him. He had his opinions, whatever. Do I agree with them? A lot of it, no, I didn't agree with it. But whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it was. Did you see the video though?
What, of the shooting?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I saw that shit. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't see it. It was a little too much. And I think usually I've seen a million videos, a million horrible things, but for some reason this one was worse. It was very disturbing. I guess because I was so aware of him and I've seen a million of his videos. And see, like I do agree with almost everything he was talking about. So we're on the opposite ends of that.
And that's okay.
But again, I don't care what he said.
Yeah.
You don't kill a guy. That's commie shit. That's like old school Russian shit where like, oh, now they're going to kill this guy. So now other people are going to think twice about speaking up.
Guns,
It's fucking crazy.
I didn't disagree with him about guns. I didn't agree. Maybe the way he worded it, I didn't agree with, but I do think we should all have guns. I'm not against that. I don't agree with him about the abortion thing. I think people are allowed to have an abortion. I get the whole looking at it as a child. I respect that, but I stand on that. If someone is raped, they don't want to remember it, and that child's a remembrance of that. You have the right to terminate it if you want. It's a horrible process, yes. It's not a very nice thing, no. But they have the choice to do that because I understand from a sexual assault survivor myself. I understand how that feels. Maybe not as a woman, but I get it. So I'm not going to even.
Yeah, and you can't force people to have babies.
No,
that's weird.
Like I said, bro, I didn't. It's not like I disagreed with everything, but like some of the stuff, I think if he maybe chose a different wording or whatever, maybe this could have went a different way. But then again, the guy that shot him, it's all speculation about what his stances were, whether he was a Trumper or whether he was a lefty or whether he was a what. They don't really know what his stance was, but they know it's a white guy that shot him. So we could, it's fucked up.
Well, I think part of the problem with the the people on the left is that they God, I could go so deep with this. It's just the bottom line is there's so much wrong information out there that they don't even look into it and just run with it, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, no.
You can't be like, yo, because all right, so I'm gonna give you an example. Have you heard of the Proud Boys?
Of course.
And who are they?
Well, it's very highly speculated. A lot of them say it's like a male group of guys that are very proud of nationalism. Not per se. Some of them are not outright nationalists, they say, but very proud male views about being strong men and being proud brotherhood, brethren type of thing. But then there's also different offshoots of this group as well, just like Antifa. There's different offshoots of it that start changing what the original idea was of it. And by the way, I don't support the fucking Proud Boys either. So I'm not, fuck the fucking Proud Boys. If in my opinion, they're not. I can't fuck with what they do. You know what I mean? I'm not whatever, but they're not my types of people. I can't fuck with them. You know what I mean? I don't know if you do.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
But what type of people are they though?
I don't know. Like I just, as a skinhead, on my point, I just can't as a sharp. I can't fuck with those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
But what is it about them that you can't fuck with?
I don't know. It's not my fucking thing. Can't fuck with them.
You don't know?
Are you friends with them?
You should probably
know. Friends with them. That's cool.
No, I'm trying to make a point, and you're pretty much proving it for me.
I don't know
like,
enough about them, and I don't fuck with them. And I don't want to
exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. You don't know anything about them, but why are you choosing to not fuck with them?
From what I've heard, they're not a positive force, so I don't want to fuck with them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's so much wrong information out there, and then people take that wrong information and then they form their opinion on it, and it's the wrong information.
Well, educate me
on
them.
I
don't know anything about them. Tell me about them. Right?
Some people are fucking so fucking whacked in their mind that they're going to take this information and kill someone over it.
Well, I'm not going to kill a Proud Boy over it unless he fucks with me. Then I will fuck him.
Oh, I got to get a drink. 1 second.
Oh, God. From what I hear, from what I've heard about them, it's not all negative stuff about the Proud Boys. I'm not saying it's all negative, but from the people I've aligned myself with, I don't align with them. You know what I mean? So I choose not to be in those circles. Does it say I hate all the Proud Boys? No, I've only met one or two that were, and they, like I said, it was very quick. I didn't engage in full conversation with them to want to get to know them. You know what I'm saying?
Another great example of this is skinheads. There's people out there who say the same thing that you said about the Proud Boys that'll say about skinheads.
100%.
Because they have the wrong information. Now, if someone had that wrong information about skinheads and was sick in the head, they might see you walking down the block and kill you.
You're right. And, I'm not even I'm not disagreeing with you at any point that you're making here. I agree with you 100%.
I think that's a big problem in this country.
And yeah, you should get the full scope. You're right. But what do you know about the Proud Boys? I'm curious now. What are they actually about, these fucking guys?
Excuse me, sorry.
Are some of them followers of your thing? I'm not trying to offend them.
No, so I Anthony, Opie and Anthony? The radio show from back in the day?
Yeah, I've heard of Opie and Anthony.
Okay, so Anthony got fired from the show and he started his own podcast network.
Okay.
And on his podcast network, he had Gavin McInnes on, who was another like conservative personality.
Right.
And so Gavin McInnes would go to like colleges and events and talk about his conservative views.
Okay.
So people who didn't agree with his opinions would go there and assault him and try to get him kicked off and call the college or the event place and try to have him canceled outright. And sometimes some of these people would be violent towards him.
Right. So
a lot of the listeners to his podcast on Anthony's network said, hey, how about we come and just watch your back?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever these people would go against him, which is, he's just exercising his right for free speech.
Right.
These group of guys would protect him and fight Antifa or whoever was going against him.
Okay.
And then eventually these guys started hanging out with each other. They just made this club, what you said is correct. It was a boys' club. It was so silly. It's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. If I told you like some of the things they do,
I think I heard what they like eat cereal and shit, like dumb shit, like.
That's the dumbest shit. It's just they're just the immature, just dumbest motherfuckers. They just happen to be tough, and they were protecting this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
So the problem with them and Gavin to begin with, even the name came from a joke. It was they had a producer on their podcast who went to a Broadway show, and one of the songs in the Broadway show was "We're So Proud of Your Boys." So he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to call you guys the Proud Boys because it sounds really gay."
Gotcha.
That's how they got their names. So the problem was they started letting everybody in without vetting them, without fucking knowing who's who, and before you know it, you got some fucking assholes, you got some racists in there.
Yeah,
but
like anything
the
else.
problem with them, right? The problem is they were fighting Antifa. They were fighting liberals who control social media. They control the media. They control all that shit. So the narrative changes from we're just a bunch of guys hanging out protecting this guy's freedom of speech to now we're white supremacists. Even though half of the fucking guys are not even white.
Right. I heard a lot of them are actually Latino and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like it's just one of those things where it's like there's the majority of people thinks this is a white supremacist group, and it's the furthest thing from the truth.
Which I didn't say. I didn't say they're white supremacist. I didn't say.
Not you. I'm not. That's what's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But fucking just like skinheads, all skinheads are Nazis. No, that's not what happened. That's not how it is.
Because of what you said, which I do agree with you on, because of so many people making their own offshoots of said group using the same title, breaking off and making fringe set of said thing. And now there's all these, and like I said, I've only probably met one or two, and like I said, it was very brief. But now I don't know. It's tough. It's because I have a lot of friends that are on the other end of that spectrum. You know what I mean? And they don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because like people need to be educated. And they see this. They see a symbol of who they think their enemy is, and they run with that without even knowing anything of what they're talking about. How can they be a white supremacist group if one of the top guys is Puerto Rican?
Right, 100%. But
the president of the Long Island chapter is from India. Like, come on.
Right, and 100%. But there are also white supremacist groups based in other countries like Argentina and other, because there are Spanish people that are white supremacists. It's fucking very weird. So there's Spanish white supremacist skinheads that I've met. It gets very strange. You know what I mean?
I can tell you this just from knowing them. The only people that they actually hate are Muslims. That's it.
Who? The Proud Boys?
Yep.
Like I said, bro, if any of them are your followers, I'm not out here saying I'm gonna fucking go out and stomp a Proud Boy today. You know what I mean? Because you already know where I stand with you, because we got our own affiliations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I don't have any affiliation with them. I just know the truth,
which is fine, and that's cool. And I'm not gonna dissuade you from how you feel about them. Unfortunately, on my end, I have a lot of people that I'm aligned with that do not fuck with them, so I, in turn, do not fuck with them either. You know what I mean? So I'm just
it sucks that they didn't do their research. You know,
it's okay, it's all right. I'm not gonna try to argue with them because it's gonna fucking open a whole fucking a can of worms that I don't want to fucking have to go through. Trying to convince people of trying to change. Like I said, I'm not gonna outwardly say I can't. I don't like I fucking hate these guys. I don't know much. Like now, that's about. I've heard a general story, so you give me more than what I've heard prior, just now in this one sitting about the Proud Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it sucks when that happens to a whole group of people. The skinhead thing is never coming back. Like, that's it. I mean, I feel like the skinheads are always going to be aligned with fucking white supremacy and racism,
and that's
which
fine.
really sucks.
You know, take it on the chin.
Because that fucking They got the coolest style.
Just like
Like they have the best.
Just
style.
like the Proud Boys, they want to be fucking Proud Boys. They want to wear their Fred Perrys with the yellow and black stitching and do their thing and do your thing. What am I supposed to fucking say? As long as you don't fuck with me, we're good. Stay out of my fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of people that don't like them. What am I supposed to say? I really you're right. I don't know enough about them to really and it's funny because I had the same conversation with Scotty as to why I had a post that I put up about the Charlie Kirk thing. And I said, I don't know enough about this to even want to put this post up. I took it down because I was like, you know what? It really is better to be informed and have an informed opinion rather than start spewing hate about something that you're not informed about. So.
Or spewing love.
Or spewing too much love. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The vice versa either. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
But that's once again, why I can have a talk with a guy like you, even though, I love you to death. It's not, I don't mean a guy like you, but I know it's not like we're going to sit here and agree on everything, and that's okay. I'm not sitting here to try. I want to have differences because differences make a world a beautiful place, in my opinion.
Just don't kill me for having a different opinion.
Fuck no! What the fuck?
Because that's what people do now. Apparently,
I would never do that. Never.
No, I'm making the case for the Charlie Kirk assassination.
You're making like a general statement, and once again, right? I'm not saying that dude should have been shot for what he fucking said or what he was doing or nothing. He shouldn't have, But there's people that have a very different fucking view on it, and it's going to be very hard to sway them. And I don't see it being a nice thing happening with these two sides going to butt heads. You know what I mean?
There's no changing minds. I was talking to my friend last night, my friend Brianna. She doesn't listen to the show, but I want to give her a shout out anyway. Yo, what up, Bri? And she was talking to me about the same subject, and she was telling me that her sister was cheering that when the guy died. And I can't wrap I'm trying to think of someone I don't like that I don't agree with so much, but there's not one person that I want dead.
Yeah, no.
Like with kids and stuff.
Of course. I mean, why aren't we killing more fucking criminals that we know did shit, sitting on fucking
like the guy from the bus.
Yeah, and listen, and this is not a color thing. It has nothing to do with who he was as a person. He shouldn't have stabbed that girl, period. What the fuck was that? That's crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? That girl was just getting off from work. Just getting off from work, you know what I'm saying? And so let's forget what his color was and just remember that the guy was ill. He had a background, and that's as far as I'll go with that, because I think some people are making it a racial thing, so I don't want to go there with it, But I did hear he had mental issues and had a criminal background prior, so maybe he shouldn't have been released. You know what I mean? And that doesn't excuse what happened. 14
arrests.
That doesn't excuse what happened, of course. You know what I'm saying? That was a horrible, horrible thing. Horrible.
How does this guy have 14 priors? He's still out, and mental illness, and he's still out there just running around, man. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, nah, man. Fucking it shouldn't have happened, man. And that's where I feel like the system fails. Like when you let people out without properly, and, like I said, man, like you got to make sure, like that's why the whole parole board is a thing, right? So you make sure these people are actually suitable to go back into society. But I also think there's certain people that could fool people very easily. You can fool them.
Yeah, of course.
There's sickos out there that know how to manipulate. And I'm not saying that this guy was any intelligent, mastermind or whatever. He's just a sicko that got away with it. He didn't get away. I think that they caught him, but fucking well, he murdered this girl. And it's fucked up. But fucking. There's other people out there that are even more mischievous and are even more intelligent. So imagine what's getting done and getting away with out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus in New York, they have this thing called bail reform. It's really just bail relief where people get arrested and they go right back on the street. It's fucking crazy.
Right. It is. And I mean, like, I just don't know. I mean, like, is that what the world's coming to? Or we're just going to let things like this keep happening? What are we really going to do to actually like solve this problem? I wish I had the answer. You know what I mean?
There's gonna have to be some kind of turnaround unfortunately, it's got to be some kind of governmental turnaround where you get some motherfucking you get like a Giuliani motherfucker in there, turn the place into a police state, clean it the fuck up, put cops on every corner, and that's how you're gonna do it. Now that sucks because who wants to live in a police state?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is what sometimes you need to fucking be tough and just start racking heads again.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. I mean,
punk rock and hardcore guys have been singing about cops since the 70s, about how the cops beat up the punks and then hip hop talks about how the cops beat up the hip hop guys. It's just been going on for decades and decades, but you can't let criminals run fucking wild in your city.
yeah, I mean, maybe it has to go beyond the police. Maybe we can. Why can't the civilians have their own militias and stuff? You know what I mean? Why, you don't think we're going to be able to control ourselves? You know what I mean? Like,
ooh, let's start a militia, bro.
I would. I would if it meant that we could do the job that the cops are not. Like whatever they can't fucking handle.
Can you imagine that? Yo, I would be killing people every day.
Why, dude? You know what, bro? Like, if it meant protecting my people, protecting my friends, protecting my loved ones, because I love all types of people. I got mad love. That's why, I really try to be mindful of how I put things and what I'm saying. That's even with the Proud Boy thing. What we just had, that little dialogue there. And I'm glad it happened because I'm fine. I want to be more educated on all these subjects because that's the only way that we could find a solution is being more educated. You know what I mean? We have to,
And that's what fucking Charlie Kirk was doing. Just having a dialogue with people with different opinions. Sick. Fucking sick. Like, you ever see those videos of people walking to CVS and just walk out with a bunch of shit?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm waiting for that to happen at my local one so I can fucking choke somebody out. I'm waiting for it to happen.
It's like we don't have to even riot and loot. You just walk out and just fucking shoplift and no one says a word. No one tries to stop
Crazy. And everything's on video. It doesn't even matter. You just walk in, take a bunch of shit, and leave.
Yeah.
I visualized it before, like watching someone steal from my CVS and just tackling them and fucking bashing their fucking bashing their brains on the side of the fucking curb.
Like I said, I think I'm not gonna say anything bad about Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? I think people are going way overboard on both ends. They're either like going crazy over this guy, like in love with him, or they're fucking bashing him to no end. I prefer to stay neutral. And it's like I said, like there are some things that I heard, that he said that, I'm like, okay, I'm just, like I said, I'm going to stay neutral, man. That's all I can really say. Do I think he should have got shot? Fuck no. No, I don't think he should have got shot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to judge the guy's character because, it's not like I sat down with the guy, had a dialogue with myself with this person. So how can I really judge him? I'm not God. You know what I mean? I'm not one.
I saw a picture, right? This is just an example of the other side. Someone put a picture of like Lincoln, Martin Luther King,
and him. They're in the lineup with Jesus. Which I'm like,
yo, it's too much.
That's okay. Like, I get it. Okay, you feel some type of way, but oh my god. Okay, let's.
He's next to Jesus, bro.
Martin Luther King and Charlie Kirk and Jesus.
It didn't seem right. Like it didn't. I was like, man, that might be too much to that side. I don't.
Like I said, bro. Like I said, man. Like I think if people, like you said, are just more informed about everything, you could have a more structured
open mind, like you said.
Like you're right, man. Okay, like I said, bro. It's not like I'm going to go have beers with the Proud Boys tomorrow, but maybe I shouldn't go as far as like I hate the Proud Boys. I don't know. As far as saying that.
Yeah, I'm not going to have beers with them either, just because I got enough friends. I don't need to meet nobody new.
Yeah,
I don't hang out with these fucking. All they do was fucking drink beer and fucking.
And I will, but unfortunately, like I said, I guess in the skinhead community, at least the not racist part of it, the Proud Boys and them don't typically mix for some reason or another.
I would love to get like one of these. I would love to get one of the leaders of like a shop group on the show with the president. I don't even know if he's the president anymore, but the Long Island chapter president of the Proud Boys and have a dialogue, and so this way they can talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be great. As of right now, that individual can't really talk about stuff right now because there's like legal things happening. But
Right.
if that clears up, I would love to get that Tim Gammergam on. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
pretty sure he'll have his own formed opinion about it, you know, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll give you his reasons as to why he did, and probably his hate towards the Proud Boys, if there is any hate, I can't speak for him, you know, is mainly for the offshoot sects of the Proud Boys that you said that there's some people that are coming in with different views because they weren't doing proper vetting, that might be getting more media play, kind of like the skinheads with the Nazi thing, like you said. The more negative,
Yeah, it's the same.
The more negative aspects of something are going to get more publicity, unfortunately. You know?
Yeah.
And like I said, unfortunately, because like, you know, I'm not saying unfortunate because, like I said, man, like I know who I'm with and who I'm down with, and I chose that. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with a lot of people. In fact, you know, I'm down with all types of people with different views. So I don't even want to pick one side or the other. Like I said, I'm a neutral guy in all this. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of friends that feel one way. I have a lot of friends that feel another way. Do I want to hate my fucking friends and stop fucking with them because they feel something? No. The fuck?
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
Yeah.
I hear that people are literally ending lifelong friendships with people over this whole
That's
thing.
dumb. That's dumb. Like I recently I play Fortnite a lot, right?
Right.
I play a lot of video games, Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever, and I made some friends, some Fortnite friends, and we have a lot of fun. Like we like hit it off like this. We have so much fucking fun. I do not want to know where they stand politically, and I don't want to tell them where I stand politically.
Right.
Because I know how people are. See me, I don't just if you're cool to me, I don't care what the fuck. Just be cool to me, be nice to me, be nice to people around you. I don't give a fuck what you know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's a lot of people that aren't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like if they knew that I was more like a bit of a conservative, they'd be out.
Right.
And which sucks because we get along so fucking good, and you're gonna not be friends with me because my beliefs are a little different. My political beliefs are a little bit that way, and I think that's unfortunate.
I think that is so that's the closed-minded part of it all. Like you can't even just be like, you know what, that's okay, bro. Like I still love you even if we don't agree on this. And I think that's the healthy thing to do. Because honestly, Mike, even though like, okay, I really don't think we disagree all that much. It's fine if you feel how you feel. I really don't care. I still love you. I still want to see you the next time we get together with HTC. It's not going to change a fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah, you're right.
It's not going to change a fucking thing because at the end of the day, we got ties deeper than a political belief, you know.
Yeah, and that's their whole thing is to separate us and have us fighting.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Why am I gonna?
yeah.
Why am I gonna fight over okay? Listen, bro. Unless you're being racial to me, you're being homophobic to me, you're being a fucking hater to me, we're good. You know, I don't think you should be doing that to other people. Fuck no.
Of course not.
But,
right.
you know, as long as you're definitely not doing it to me, we're fucking good, bro. You're not on my fucking home front fucking with my shit, then we're fucking straight, bro. But, you know, whatever comes out your mouth is what you're going to reap and sow, you know? You know, unfortunately, and there's consequences for those things, I guess. And unfortunately, because like you said, people are so fanatical about their beliefs, people like Charlie Kirk are being snuffed out. And you know.
Yeah. And people are losing friendships and families are breaking up, which is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a united people is a threat to the government and the powers that be. They don't want us to get all on the same page. Fucking forget about it.
I feel like I said, man, if we just if more people, I feel like what it is, it's like a whole world. There's so many narcissistic people in the world that cling to things, you know? That's what I think it is. And I honestly like to say I'm a very down-to-earth, humble person. I really am not boastful. I'm very happy and humble and proud of who I am and the people I'm around. So I'm willing to step down in a conversation to save a relationship. Some people are just not willing to do that. They just want to keep pushing.
Yeah.
They want to be right. And it's just like, man, how self-centered are you that you need to push your point? You know?
Yeah. And it's like, is it at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, at your funeral, is that person you're fighting for, that president, that governor, that whoever, is he going to be at your funeral? Like, no. Manny is going to be at my funeral. You know what I'm saying? Not the guy I'm fucking trying to argue for, that don't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're just stating that you have things that align with what this guy may be saying. And at that point, can you really hate somebody for saying that? No. They're not a criminal. They're not out there hurting anybody by having said opinion. So you have to be like, okay, that's fine, you know? Walk away from it. Let them have the opinion, have your fucking opinion, and be like, you know what? I still love your brother or sister or whatever you just choose to identify as, and it's okay.
And I think that's why our group is who we are, because I think most of us have that mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'd have to say all of us think like that.
everybody, I could say that about HTC, and I'll always be a proud HTC member, 100%. I'm always gonna be HTC family, you know, red, black, and silver. That's what we about. Like, that's one thing I will say. Like, we are all people that have different opinions in that group, and we still love each other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I say that with all confidence.
It's not about color. It's not about what this guy believes or what that guy believes. I just want to see my homie again. We kick it. We eat some pizza, whatever. Have a good time. And then Godspeed. And I'll see you the next time. That's what it's supposed to be. You know?
Yeah, speaking of that, we got to fucking set something up, bro. We got to hang out.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually going to miss Tony's fucking wedding, bro, believe it or not.
Yeah, so I already RSVP'd for both me and my girl, but it's only gonna be me going because my girl had to go to Miami because a sudden thing came up with her sister, so she had to go.
Oh shit! Hope everything's all right.
Yeah, everything will be fine. But yeah, it's unfortunately it will just be me going myself. But she'll be back in the next 2 weeks. So
it's gonna be a good ass time. I'm sorry, I'm gonna fucking miss it, but yeah, it's gonna be that's gonna be the time where everyone's gonna be at the same place at the same time.
Bro,
too.
I'm at the point where I don't care what I gotta do. Like, I'll save up money to drive wherever because we're not that far from each other. Yeah, okay, an hour or two distance is a drive, but I'm willing to go see a homie an hour or two away for that day just to be like, yo, I saw my friend. You know what I mean? That's the type of friend I am. You know what I mean? So
I used to do that. Yo, back in the day, I used to fucking, not only would I call out of sick of work, I would have to borrow my girlfriend's car so I can cross bridges to go to fucking meet up with you guys. Cause you know, the people on my job, they check to see where the fuck you're going when you call out sick.
Yeah. 100%. And, it's crazy, man. Like I said, I was a sharp since I was a 13-year-old kid. I started claiming sharp then. So it's weird. I'm affiliated both with HTC and I am affiliated with the skinhead culture as a whole. Because when you're a skinhead, you're like, especially well known in that culture. You're like known even in weird places that you never thought you'd be fucking known. You know, like there's people that know me and I'm like, damn, you know about that because I was in a band, or they'll know me because of they know me because they know this other guy. I'm like, damn, that's crazy shit, you know. So it's crazy, you know. But I'm proud to be a skinhead, and I'm proud to be HTC, and I'm proud to be who I am, and I'm proud to be your brother, man. I'm proud to be down with Gungo Mike, you know, and that's what
same shit.
That's what it's supposed to be about, man. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
I think too many people are fake as fuck. They want to just keep pushing their fucking agenda and pushing, fuck your agenda. Okay, you feel however you feel. Eat a fucking pizza, smoke a joint, drink a beer. You know what I mean?
That's what it all boils down to, right?
And once again, like I said, like with the Charlie Kirk thing, I'm not going to sit here and fucking glorify a man's death, no matter how I may have felt about some of the things he was saying, you know? And the same thing with the Proud Boys thing, like I have a lot of friends that don't fuck with them. That's all I can say. But do I really, like I said, did I know much about them up until this point? No, I don't. So I'm going to keep my opinion about the Proud Boys pretty much neutral, until one of them fucking fucks with me. I really have nothing to say about them. And I'm glad that happened,
yeah.
And what the fuck else was I going to say? Well,
back in 2020, I had the guy on the show, right?
Yeah.
And because I wanted the truth out there a little bit, even though, at that point in my podcasting career, my followers had fell off so much since I started. But
so you really
I just
actually
wanted
had the guy from the Proud Boys on here?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
In 2020, he came on because from listening to the podcast that I told you about, I knew the truth about them, and all I kept seeing on social media was the opposite.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to come on to just try to get the truth out there of what they're about.
Right.
And I was on Facebook at that time, and I got labeled a racist on Facebook before anyone even listened to the show.
Because you had the guy on your platform.
Exactly.
So
that's almost word for word. Yep.
So I mean, listen, man. I mean,
isn't that crazy?
Once again, this is where I think where people jump to extremes and start to put people in boxes that they never were in. You know, like you can't just put this guy in this box because he may have may know a guy in said group. Once again, some people may call me an anti-fascist or an anti-fa person just because I'm a skinhead or a sharp skinhead, you know, and because there's a lot of sharp skinheads that are also aligned with anti-fa, unfortunately, and there's a lot of anti-fa groups that are not really anti-fa. They're just using the term anti-fa. They're not really anti-fascist. So there's, like you said, there's a lot of Proud Boys that are maybe using that term Proud Boy, but are not really the original incarnation of what it was.
They're almost using it as an excuse to fucking do their bullshit.
Right. And that's not fair to whoever originated the group. So, and
it's not fair to, like, you know, the Black Lives Matters group. It's not fair that a lot of people are using that to fucking, you know, buy millions and $1 million houses from a thing that's supposed to be helping people.
I'm really upset that this damn camera didn't work, but other than that, I feel like this podcast today was very open-minded. You know, your Gungo podcast should be like a open-minded platform for people of all types of ideals to be able to have an open forum to talk about these things. And I think that's very special that you have that, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why it was so silly for the Facebook people to call me a racist, because I think anyone should have a platform. No matter what side you're on, you should be able to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, you know? And, well, you know, you do what you can, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to change people's minds. It's hard to make people see things from a different light when there's certain things that are being, obviously, like I said, they're being pushed in the media to spread a certain narrative, so they only follow that narrative. Like I said, like, you know, I'm very open-minded to hearing all types of shit. Like, I know who I am. I'm going to stand on my laurels about certain things, but I'm not going to sit here and bash a person because they might be different. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of the whole thing with the whole Charlie Kirk. And people blame Charlie Kirk of being a basher of sorts, in a sense, for some of the things he was saying. But maybe, were they really listening to the whole story? You know?
Yeah, because I've been learning about him more than I already did. And there's a lot of shit that he said that I had no idea that he said. Like, I heard something where he was saying today that I thought he was like so anti-trans and anti-gay, and I heard something today where he was telling the guy, he was like, I don't care what you do in your private home, just, you know, don't bring it into the schools and shit like that. And I was like, yo, that makes a lot of sense.
And you know what? I can't really argue with that, because there are some parents out there that don't want their kids to be knowing about certain topics this early in their development. So
Snoop got in trouble for that recently, actually.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? Like, once again, like, are we going to start hating Snoop Dogg because he said one thing like that? You know what I'm saying?
Like, I mean, me and you won't, but there are people who will.
Yeah, because, you know, here's one thing I will prod myself on. No matter, okay, yeah, I may, like I said, I may have certain alignments with certain people, and I'm not out here to disagree with some of my friends that have these views, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also an open-minded guy. I kind of pride myself on being open-minded and willing to sit down and have an honest conversation with whoever. I'll even have an honest conversation with a fucking neo-Nazi if he doesn't stab me. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Maybe I can change his mind, make him not a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because there's also that, you have to think like that. What made this person hate? What made this person even like that? What made that person want, or like, for instance, the whole trans thing, what made a person want to change their gender? Understand the whole underlying meaning before you judge them for what they choose to do. You know what I mean? And I'm not agreeing with no racial shit. Let me just put that out. Fuck racist shit. So out there, if you're a fucking not you, Mike, but if you're a fucking racist, just understand, fuck racist shit. I ain't no fucking racist. I don't fuck with fucking racists. There is no reason to hate nobody for their fucking color. There's always open time to fucking sit down and talk. So if I'm open to doing it. I'll sit down with a Proud Boy. I don't care. Sure, I'll fucking talk to a Proud Boy. Shit, why not? Fuck it. I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. We should be able to talk to people with differing opinions. You should start a show, bro. You should start a podcast, bro, and just start reaching out to people. I mean, like, for real.
I mean, I got the Riverside FM thing on my thing too. You know what I'm saying? If my camera,
we just got to get it to work.
Fucking stop working midway and give me fucking hard time.
But you just got to get that shit to work.
I do think, yes, there are a lot of people that are quick to jump far right or far left instead of being like, okay, let's look at both sides here. Why can't we just find a compromise? And that's the problem. No one wants to meet in the fucking middle and maybe use a little bit of both to make, you know, people hate being neutral. And it's almost like, yo, this is crazy. This whole podcast has kind of been about gangbanging and sides. It's weird. It's funny that we're on this topic. Because it's the same thing with gang culture, or even in the hardcore scene. There's even sects within the hardcore scene of different groups that want to stand in a certain thing instead of being like, yo, I'm just here for hardcore. I really don't care about what the fuck you think. You know what I mean? I want to dance and fucking have a good time, man. The fuck? Shut up.
I think like marrying yourself. Are you still there, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still here. You hear me?
Oh, okay. I saw something funny happen on the screen. I think marrying yourself 100% to one side or the other is really kind of silly. Because like, if you're gonna fucking marry yourself, I'm not married politically to any side. I'm on the side of fucking common sense. That's the side I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
So I feel like
me too.
Yeah. So when you marry yourself to one side, you're kind of letting yourself lose your common sense because the other side there's no way one side's going to be 100% better than the other side. So sometimes being neutral, being in the middle, that's that kind of place where you want to be because you're taking what you want from everybody.
Right. You're 100% right. And I think people are afraid to have that neutrality. They're afraid of the gray area. I wish there was a political party called Common Sense. The Common Sense Party. Why the fuck hasn't someone just said, fuck it, I'm gonna start. I mean, there are people that are independent, like people that go and try to run. But shit, what the fuck? The Common Sense Party. Yeah. Let's take a little bit of everything and stop being so fucking quick to shoot this guy or stab this guy or enslave these people or genocide these people. Because that's why the whole fucking world is falling apart. Everybody's killing everybody instead of saying, hey, what the fuck am I doing this for? What the fuck are we doing this for? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's fucked up. It's gotten so bad. Like I felt like if you just go back to September 11th, was just passed.
No one even talked about it. I saw barely anybody fucking posted
it. And we were so united in 2001 after that. You know what I'm saying? Now look where we are now. It's fucking insanity.
It's the total opposite end of the spectrum. Yeah, it's the total opposite. Now everybody's divided. There's subsects of subsects of subsects of everything, and that's the thing, you know. That's the fucking problem, you know. I apologize if I offended. I try not to offend nobody on here, and that's even
fucking
even the fucking Proud Boys. I'm not trying to offend the fucking Proud Boys. Like I said, shit. I don't even see no motherfuckers in yellow and black Fred Perry's out here. The only time I ever see people wearing that shit is at skinhead shows.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? The guy who started that group is in the hardcore scene. That's how he knew about the Fred Perrys and shit. And I actually asked the guy on my show, I was like, listen, like the guy who started this is aware of the skinhead culture and he's aware of the Fred Perrys. So he's aware of the view of the skinheads Fred Perry thing. So that was kind of weird too. Like, why would he use something that already has a bad look on it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, well, you can't, it's funny that we are actually on this topic. In the skinhead scene, I've noticed that there's a lot of people that have stopped wearing that specific type of Fred Perry.
The yellow?
They don't wear the yellow and black. There's some people.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
There's some people
Fred Perry's are so dope
that
though.
will literally stray away from the yellow and black. But once it's even, what's funny is that a lot of anti-racist skinheads use black and yellow laces to differentiate from white supremacist skinheads, because usually the white supremacist skinheads are known for the white and red laces. And then there's like, for instance, like a DMS, for instance, I heard they wear blue laces, some of them. You know what I mean? The ones that are like more like old school skinheads. I know some of them are there. They don't give a shit about that. But like more like the old school skinhead types that are in that group, they wear blue laces to say, "Oh, I'm a DMS skin."
Oh, I'm gonna have to get some fucking gray shoelaces and some bootlaces gray, because you can't get silver to fucking represent us.
Oh, I mean, that's why I wear red laces on mine, even though, like I said, I still am aligned with with the sharps. I wear red laces on mine because I think it's a bullshit fucking. How are you gonna tell me what laces to wear?
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's fucking.
What's the red mean? Oh, what's the red supposed to mean? Back in the day.
Well, they said at that time when this was like a problem, which is funny because there's not a lot of outward white supremacist skinheads anymore. They have all kind of changed their look. That whole thing has kind of died out in a weird way.
Yeah.
Fucking. So I guess in a sense that was successful. There's no white supremacist skinheads, but there's still white supremacists. Anyway, you know what I mean? Fucking.
Yeah. Can you lace your boots? How would you, like, if I wanted to lace up my Doc Martens with like silver, black, and red? I mean, could I do that without it looking too fucking fabulous?
I mean, there's probably a way to do it. I had a friend that actually knew how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I just kind of keep it ladder lace. I just do the straight line.
Yeah.
Which
silver and black would be dope. I think I would like to do silver and black.
Yeah.
On Oxblood.
I wear the red laces for the HTC. You know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah.
Like I don't forget who the fuck was down with me in my hardest times. HTC.
What if we do like, Oxblood Doc Martens with silver and black laces?
Dog, I wish I wish this camera thing was not so fucking faulty because I turned it on to show you my docs because I'm surrounded by all my boots right now.
So you got what, black with the red?
I have black with the red. I have one with white. Because I like the white. What the fuck? I can't wear white because some fucking stupid white West Bumblefuck idiot.
Fuck that.
Fucking
wear the white
supremacists wore white them. And fuck them. All the white supremacist skinheads didn't even know how to wear the style right. They were fucking posers. That's the whole point. They were fucking posers and not real skinheads. Fuck them. The whole thing was a fucking fake. So once again, like I think with the Proud Boys, like you said, if you had like a guy like that guy on here, he should have a bigger platform to be able to speak for his group and say not every group that is out there is actually a true Proud Boy group.
Yeah.
Or we did not give them permission to wear our insignia. Like I said, like if that's the case, let them speak their truth. I'm not going to disparage any group as long as they don't fuck with who I'm fucking down with. As long as you don't fuck with HTC and Pharaoh and Sharp, we good. Stay the fuck away from us. You know what I mean? Stay the fuck away from my peoples. These are the people I align myself with.
Yeah.
All right? They're my fucking family. You know what I'm saying? But as long as that's the case, I can't say, but unfortunately that is kind of like a thing now in the skinhead community, especially the very far left. They have now banned against the Proud Boys. They're on that list of groups that they are kind of, I guess, like stomp on sight, if you will. Hate to say that.
Yeah. I would hate to say that too. What about do you like? I love the fucking Fred Perrys, but they don't fit me right. Like they got that European fit where everything's too small.
Yeah,
but I would love to rock a Fred Perry,
authentic Fred Perrys. All mine are like some knockoff shit. It looks like it, but it's not.
I got a couple real Fred Perrys, and they just don't. They're just too tight, but they're so expensive.
Yes, I don't even bother, bro. Like I don't, like I said, I'm a skinhead, but I'm what people may call, and I hate the terms too because I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm from America, so I'm gonna do skinhead how I do skinhead. I don't give a fuck what the English motherfuckers did. I respect it, but I don't give a fuck what they did. Respectfully. I'm American skinhead. Yeah. It's different. It's a little different, especially in the New York East Coast area, New Jersey. We had our own spin on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It was our own type of skinhead. Like, we were fucking skinheads too. Just because we're not fucking, following every proper thing that the English motherfuckers did doesn't mean we're any less. Get the fuck out of here. I
Yeah.
like
I'm
the
not.
true
I'm not.
skinhead. I like the hardcore
I'm not
skin.
watching soccer.
I mean, soccer's cool. It's a cool sport. I respect it, but listen, once again, we don't have to follow a regiment to be a certain thing or have quality of said certain thing. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen that skinhead documentary on the BBC called "The Story of Skinhead"?
With Don Letts?
Yes,
Yes, I have. Yes.
that's a good one. I like that one.
I love
That's one of those documentaries that I will send to people who don't know who need to be informed about things.
or
I'll be like, "Yo, I'm gonna send you this documentary, and you're gonna learn some shit."
or World of Skinhead, which is a one that was made in the 2000s that didn't get too much traction, like it didn't get too much circulation, but you could find a link of it on YouTube now. And there's actually people from the New York scene, skinheads, that are in that video advocating for, skinhead and what it really is, especially at that time. I feel honestly the skinhead culture, yes, it will always be tainted, but in large droves, we were able to take back what it meant to some degree. And
I just found that doc, so thank you.
yeah, World of Skinhead's fucking great.
Yep,
I mean,
I just put it on my play later list.
even before I found out about the whole culture of skinhead, it was from the punk rock thing. There's bald punk rockers, because like I said, my mom did not want me having no mohawk. She was like, "You ain't having no motherfucking mohawk. Get the fuck out of here with the fucking mohawk. You ain't having a mohawk."
Yeah, I understand.
So and she'd rather me have been bald than have a mohawk. So she cut all my hair down with the one guard. And I got my first pair of boots from the Army surplus store. And I rolled up my jeans and I started playing Agnostic Front and fucking bands like Rancid and the Partists. And as time went on, I started finding more and more actual oi and ska and stuff like that. Like the Oppressed and the Angelic Upstarts and, the Press from New York. I got to play with them. I remember one time I played in this band called Dusters. We played with them. And I didn't know any of their lyrics, but I was having such a good time at their show. And then they stopped, and I like a goof. I'm like still dancing. I'm like, what happened? And the singer from the Oppressed, Scotty Lyons, he calls me up, and he puts me on the spot. I'm like, I don't know any of the lyrics, and he starts the song. He's like, and then it breaks off again, and then we're all dancing again. It was great. It's fucking great.
Yo, the Oppressed, right? Yo, they use drum machines, right?
In the early recordings. And guess what? They're not playing in America anymore. They played one more time because of what's going on over here. They refused to come back. So I got to see the last time they got to play here.
Yeah, well, fuck them then.
Whatever. Yeah.
Because I listened to this shit and I'm like, yo, that sounds like a drum machine. Like, what the fuck?
Fucking. Yeah, it is. Like, we want government out. We want government. Or like work together. We're gonna work together. Gotta fight. Stay alive.
They got some good
that
shit though.
Makes me want to fucking throw motherfuckers around and fucking. That's a fucking great song, man. You know what I mean?
They got some really good shit. Have you ever heard of something called UK 81? I think it's called. It's like a genre of music. It's like oi-ish.
Well, I mean, there is the song UK 82 by The Exploited. I know that.
Yes, that's UK 82. It's like it's like GBH, Discharge, Broken Bones.
So that's all spiky punk shit. That's spiky punk, street punk shit.
I didn't even know that was a subgenre.
Yes,
until honestly,
recently. It's bunched in with oi. Oi and street punk are basically one of the same, except the street punk bands clearly have more punk style. They look more punk. That's the thing with the whole punk thing. It's very fat. That's why I love hardcore. And I feel when I found hardcore, I really stopped giving a fuck about everything else. Like I was still a skinhead, but I was like my own person,
Yeah, same shit.
Like,
Once I heard the hardcore, it was a wrap for
it was
everything
like,
else.
what the fuck does it matter? Your fucking skinhead. I'm still a skinhead. Don't get me wrong. And I feel like skinhead is the one thing that kind of still aligns with hardcore. That's why I feel like those cultures kind of intermesh. But like,
Yeah.
street punk is very much like, the Casualties or the Crumb Bums or the Restarts and shit like that. Lower Class Brass.
The Restarts.
I love
That's
the
a funny name.
Restarts. The Restarts is one of my favorite fucking bands of all time. Fucking love the Restarts.
Yo, have you ever heard? I heard a metal song my friend sent me, and I'm not a big metal guy, but this shit. You ever hear of Toxic Holocaust?
Of course, my fucking friend Chris is a huge fan of them. Huge fan.
Nuke the Cross is such a good fucking song, bro.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard it, but send me the link. I'll definitely check that shit out.
So, before I let you go, because my battery's dying, I want to first of all, I want to thank you for doing the show. I apologize for having to postpone last week.
No, you're good, bro. I'm sorry that it didn't exactly go as we thought, but we still got it done today.
Yeah. I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I've been writing down what we've been talking about, and I'm just gonna put pictures where your face usually would be.
Perfect. That's fine.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it done. Hopefully I can get it done because I'm a fucking lazy motherfucker sometimes. But the thing I always forget to ask you, and I forget every fucking week, is a thing that I used to do on my show all the fucking time, is ask the guest what song they want to end the show with. Anything.
What's that song? Is it "Consume" by Sick of It All with that bass line? Boom. Is that "Consume"?
Yes, it is.
Bro, use that. Because the last time you asked me that, I said Crowbar, but I don't think it ended up on the video.
No, I can't do it on YouTube. I can only do it on the Apple, iTunes, and Spotify.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, because YouTube will give me a fucking copyright strike.
Got you. Now that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so fucking Consume. Sick of it all, bro. Yes.
You want to plug your YouTube, your bands, anything?
Yo. A Breed Apart playing in October at Mother Pugs, October 3rd. I don't know every fucking band, so don't ask me the bands. Jeff and Rage putting us on. Thank you very much. Words of Beautiful. Go check us out on YouTube, Spotify, all that shit. Chinaki MVP, YouTube, Spotify. If you find my fucking face, that's Chinaki because it's gonna be my fucking face. Which Mike said he'll put pictures of it. That's basically all the music I do. Or, my channel, Manny B. Pacheco, my regular YouTube channel is just my regular name, Manny B. Pacheco. And, you can find all my other shit that I do, all my shenanigans and crap, and that. So that's all my plugging and plugs and plugging the butt plugs. That's all.
One more thing about that October 3rd show. It's going to be Concrete Burial, the Gamma Ghouls, RBNX, A Breed Apart, and another band that I can't quite read that. Can you read that?
Green white logo. That's what I read.
Green white logo.
Green white logo. That's that.
At Mother Pugs.
At Mother Pugs.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother. Peace.
All right. See you soon.
Thanks for checking out the Growing Up, Not Growing Old podcast. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Gungo Podcast. That's GUNGO Podcast. And listen to past episodes at gungo.podbean.com.